Heartworm, fleas and other parasites in dogs need to be eliminated by following appropriate medications in them. Many products have come up in the commercial fields to protect the dogs from heartworms, fleas and other parasites like hookworms, whipworms, roundworms, lice, ticks, etc. Among the heartworm, fleas and other parasites, the fleas produce the hypersensitive reactions in the affected animals. Hence, the animals infested with fleas start severely scratching of body. Many times, the scratching is so severe and the skin becomes more hyperemic and dermatitis occurs in the affected areas. Animal will not lie down or sleep comfortably due to the constant bites by the fleas. Hence, animal looks as if affected by some severe skin disease. If the animal is not properly attended for this tick bite problem, there will be often secondary bacterial invasions in these sites and there may even be a bad smell emanating from the skin areas. Close observation of the dog is highly essential to rule out the occurrence of fleas disturbing the animal to a greater extent. Similarly, the skin of the animal needs to be tested for the presence of ticks, lice, etc. For this, the hair materials need to be separated and the close observation with patients is required for the proper diagnosis. In many incidences, if anemia is present, the blood protozoa need to be ruled out in addition to the hookworm problems. The clinical problems like anemia, loose motion, pot belly, etc. might be recognized by the dog owners themselves, and however, the dog needs to undergo the routine health-related examination involving fecal examination, hematological examination and blood smear examination. Many commercial products have come up in the market, which are useful to deal with all these conditions by single dose. Drugs like ivermectin are highly useful and are available in both injection and oral form in addition to the solution form that can be applied on the skin. These drugs in dogs can lead to the prophylaxis of these conditions also. Beef-flavored chunks are available in addition to the beef-flavored tablets or solutions that can be given orally to the dogs as a measure against the incidence of heartworms. Avoid mosquito bites by providing proper mosquito-proof shelter facilities to the dogs. Just plan whether there is any need to go for the heartworm prevention throughout the year or only in some months of the year. For example, in case of some countries, the mosquitoes may be dormant in most of the colder months. However, in some countries, this is not a position. Many a times, medications are available for oral administration to prevent heartworms along with hookworms, etc. Such oral medications need to be taken as per the instructions. However, be cautious about the occurrence of any adverse drug reactions in the dog given with such prophylactic therapy. Adverse event reports need to be sent if you come across any sorts of adverse drug reactions in your dog during the preventive treatment. Soft beef-flavored tablets are highly preferred by the pet animals as the preventive measure against heartworms. The pet owner needs to consult a veterinarian if the dose for the prophylaxis of heartworm is missed for few months. In such occasions, the pet animal needs to undergo the heartworm test. HeartGuard, Sentinel, Interceptor, Revolution, etc. are available in the commercial fields as drugs for the preventive measure. Avoid water stagnation around the dog shelter and the bushes around the area that facilitate mosquito breeding. This test needs to be carried out in consultation with a veterinarian who is specialized in the pet animal healthcare and medicine. As a preventive measure for the heartworms, the dogs need to be tested for the evidence of these worms at an age of 6 months. Real beef chewable tablets are available containing medical agent like ivermectin. The common questions about heartworm are often related to the species affected by heartworms in addition to the dogs. One should know that in addition to dogs, the cat, fox, wolf, horse, sea lion, etc. are also affected. Can this be cured or not? Yes, this can be treated. What is the drug used often for the prevention of heartworm in dogs? Ivermectin is the drug used often to have preventive actions for these heartworms. Dogs affected reveal constant coughing, panting and dullness in many occasions. What will be the size of the worms? In the case of the females, it is about 27 centimeters, and in the case of males, it is about 17 centimeters in length. Is there any vector involved in the transmission of the disease? Yes. Mosquitoes often get associated as vectors in which the early development of larvae of heartworms occur in them. Is the prophylaxis meant only for heartworms or others also? The prophylaxis is meant not only for the heartworms but also for the hookworms, whipworms, and roundworms. What is the infective type of larva that is associated with the transmission of these heartworms? The third stage larva that is transmitted by the mosquito bites. This occurs throughout the world. In some areas, the incidences are less in colder months in which the mosquito breeding will not be there and may be dormant during these periods. What is the name of the drug used for therapy and prevention? Ivermectin and milbemycin oxime may be used for both purposes. Ivermectin is available in injection form and oral form. Additionally, the forms for external application are also available. The cost factor needs to be worked out for all these treatments. What is the frequency of drug used for prophylaxis? 1 month before the mosquito season and up to 2 months after the mosquito season, ivermectin or milbemycin oxime may be given once monthly for the prophylaxis. Diethylcarbamazine may be used for therapy purpose.